Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X, and I'm Solid Snake. And the last time we left off, we concluded the investigation as we broke Mo and Acro's psych locks. And with Samurai breaking those psych locks, it seems he found out about Acro's brother, Bad, aka Sean. And he got bit by Leon the Lion. And he's currently in a coma. So, it seems that Acro has some sort of hate towards Regina, and during our conversation, Von Karma was snooping around, and that concluded the investigation as she took Acro to the office, as he's a witness for tomorrow's trial. Well, today's. That is correct, so without further ado, let's enter the courtroom, and let's get to the crux of the matter. December 30th, 9:41 a.m. Defendant District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of the audience. I'm working up on it. Tee-hee. Oh! Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous! My sweetie pie! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So, what kind of performance will you be putting on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show, isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? Think my sweetie pie princess. I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm a member of the audience. Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there! Good luck, Max. You're the best. Personally, we don't know. I don't think Regina has a real clue what's going on. There ain't no real show. It's gonna be a court case. But I guess Regina's gonna keep her optimistic self, trying to know that Max will do well, I guess. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in the legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo? Top of the morning to ya, governor! Whoa. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with the energy in the morning. The early bird gets to work, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my! Thank you! So, how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got a feeling today I'm going to face off against a real criminal. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful! He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all you've got to do is worry about how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without the usual psychological warfare. Today we really rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to the court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. December 30th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Alright, it's time for showdown. The court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to the prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or should I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Smack. Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night to create a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor gumshoe. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation. Ken Digling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you at the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. And here's our first testimony for this case. Well, for this day, should I say. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony exactly matches up... Well, sorry about that. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, then there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? Table smash. There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Alright. I don't think we'll get... I'm not sure if we will get penalized if we press any of his statements, but let's see. Actually, we don't really need to ask anything there. Maybe I should ask here, actually. Hold it! I'm not really going to ask about the first statement, I'll just ask the second one. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting on the bed? That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing Acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something contradictory would have what he said. There's nothing wrong. Okay. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? No, nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. Okay. No. I'm not going to even say that. Right, I want to press this one. So let's press this statement because, well, might as well, because he's sure it's Maximilian Galactica, so we want to know how does he, what makes him so sure, you know, and whatnot. Hold it! We just want to make sure that he knows why. The lights in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit thing up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see white roses on the front. Did you see any other symbols? I clearly saw a silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press it, the less results I seem to get. Actually, no. But maybe there was something fishy in his latest bit of testimony. There is a contradiction because, of course, everyone said that his hat was found at the scene of the crime. So if he flew away from the crime scene, then he wouldn't be wearing a hat. Now, would he, Snake? No. So that's contradictory. Exactly my point. There is a huge contradiction with this testimony that was just given.
Objection!
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. Oh wait. If there is a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of the contradiction? Yes, we do. Where is it? No, not that. Max G bust. No, wait, no, not that one. Oh god, no. No, not yet. The silk hat. Because the hat was left at the crime scene. Oh god, I nearly put myself in a boo-boo there. The bust is something important later. It's something important for later, obviously. For me, anyway. But for now, we're going to present the silk hat, because that was left at the crime scene. So good thing I didn't present fast. Take that!
Take that!
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mose saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the crime scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? No. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is still Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max had two silk hats? No! Sorry I said it like that, but the judge is very silly. No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model, No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, table smash. That you've been fibbing on the stand. Smack. Order.
Objection!
Like always, someone has to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What will cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? I wouldn't say he has a grudge against Max, or wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't say he has a grudge against Max, per se. I think we already established that he sort of has a small grudge against Regina, so Max is not really involved in this. And Acro was not dreaming about this situation, so we're going to say he's the real culprit here. Table smash. Ugh. Your Honor? On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On the occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world have you accused him of? Obviously we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Smack, smack, smack. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost... He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He is staying rather calm and collected, and this bird is pecking my head. My God, Phoenix, you've made enemies with birds. Well, I'm not enemies with birds. I'm actually friends with birds. You guys already know that I'm a bird owner. Of 4 birds now in my room. Oh, poor Phoenix getting pecked by birds. Mr. Dingley, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things? See, even a silver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous and mystical. She's right! Way to pick on the She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man! Phoenix is a poopy head! See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro's unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? I'm going to say no. Because, you know, I don't think anybody would achieve anything by killing Russell Berry. Plus, yeah, I don't think anyone would want to kill the ringmaster considering he's helped them all. So, I don't think anybody really helped him out if we're going to accuse him of murder. Well, I'm just going to say no, he didn't. So, now then, this must be when we must hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? Table smash. There is no accomplice. Acro planned this and committed this murder all by himself. Smack, smack, smack. Order! Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, where exactly was Mr. Dingley? Well, Acro can't move around much because he's in a wheelchair, so if he was outside, then he would blatantly get himself busted, so being outside in a wheelchair, plus he can't really move around by himself, so him being outside would just completely get him busted, completely, if we're trying to accuse him. We're gonna say that he was on the 3rd floor because he can't move on his own, so yeah, he's really at a disadvantage already. We're gonna go with the 3rd room, right, Snake? Yeah, that sounds about right. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. There's only one answer to that. Table smash. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What do you say, Mr. Dingley? It's an interesting theory. No. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in the wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some... She's right. I can't mess this up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he killed the ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us how Mr. Dingling committed his crime, Mr. Wright. Alright, before we do that, we're gonna call it a video. So when we come back, folks, we will give our answer to the judge and continue cross-examining Acro. Until then, thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.